The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of Digi-all. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to Digi-all Tech News. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. China's rapid AI advancements are threatening the US tech monopoly, and analysts say this disruption is just getting started. The Pentagon is reportedly threatening to cut ties with Anthropic over the company's refusal to allow unrestricted military use of its AI. Alibaba just launched Qwen 3.5, its most powerful model yet, as China's chatbot race pivots toward AI agents. India's AI Impact Summit opened yesterday in New Delhi, but long lines and organizational chaos stole the spotlight. And an AI-powered robot is bringing joy to elderly clients at a Bay Area adult daycare center. Let's dig into this one because it really sets the tone for everything happening in tech right now. Rory Green, chief China economist at TS Lombard, appeared on Squawk Box Europe yesterday and said the China tech shock is real and it's only the beginning. What makes this unprecedented is that China is the first emerging market economy to lead in science and technology, combining cutting-edge capabilities with low production costs. On the chip front, Huawei is closing the gap with NVIDIA by leveraging larger chip volumes and abundant low-cost energy. Beijing launched an $8.7 billion national AI fund last year, and Green warned that a China tech sphere could emerge, with most of the world's population potentially running on a Chinese tech stack within 5 to 10 years. Meanwhile, US hyperscalers have announced up to $700 billion in AI spending this year, but that's triggered a $1 trillion market cap wipeout and growing concerns about return on investment. This is a big one for anyone following AI governance. The Pentagon has been in months-long negotiations with 4 AI companies, Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, and xAI, demanding what they call all lawful purposes access. That means weapons development, intelligence collection, and battlefield operations. Anthropic, the maker of Claude, is the company holding firm, insisting on hard limits for things like fully autonomous weapons and mass domestic surveillance. What adds another layer here is that Anthropic denied discussing specific operations, including allegations about the military's use of Claude in the capture of former Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro through a Palantir partnership. The fact that these conversations are even on the table shows how deeply intertwined AI and the military already are, and this standoff could define the boundaries going forward. Alibaba released Qwen 3.5 in both an open-weight version you can run on your own infrastructure and a hosted version on its cloud platform. The model features native multimodal capabilities for processing text, images, and video simultaneously, and supports 201 languages, up from 82. But the real headline here is the pivot to AI agents. Qwen 3.5 includes new agentic capabilities compatible with open-source frameworks like OpenClaw. Alibaba's self-reported benchmarks claim parity with leading models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google DeepMind, though those claims haven't been independently verified. ByteDance and Jipu AI also released upgraded agent-focused models this week, and on the US side, Sam Altman announced on Sunday that the creator of OpenClaw would be joining OpenAI. India positioned the AI Impact Summit at Bharat Mandapam as a historic moment, the first global AI event of this scale held in a developing nation, with around 250,000 attendees expected through February 20th. The government wanted to showcase India's tech ambitions and amplify developing world voices in AI governance. But opening day was rough. Attendees dealt with long queues, overcrowding, poor signage, and confusion around entry procedures with competing digital and physical passes. Buildings were suddenly cleared for security sweeps, and some of today's speakers were still waiting for session confirmations. Social media criticism was swift, with one startup founder posting that he'd been locked out of his own booth. Let's close the developments with this one because it's genuinely heartwarming. A 4-foot-tall AI robot called Mirakai is now working at Live Oak Adult Day Services in San Jose, entertaining clients with music, trivia, and conversation, especially those living with mild to moderate dementia. The bigger story here is the caregiver crisis. 10,000 Americans turn 65 every single day, and there just aren't enough caregivers. The elder care robot market is projected to nearly triple, from $3.4 billion to almost $10 billion by 2033. Mirakai, built by a company called Enchanted Tools and costing up to $80,000, is also being tested in hospitals with children undergoing cancer treatment. And 94-year-old Beryl Greensmith called seeing the robot the highlight of her life. So here's where we stand early this week. The US-China AI competition is intensifying across chips, models, and the race for the global tech stack. The tension between AI companies and military use is sharper than ever. India stumbled on its AI summit debut, but the conversation around developing world representation in AI governance is one worth having. And in the real world, AI is already quietly showing up to help where it's needed most. We'll keep following all of these stories. Thank you for staying informed with Digi-all Tech News. I'm Kylie Brooks, and we'll be back with more updates as they develop.